Welcome everyone to the Boldcasters, Season 2, Episode 2. My name is Clay.
My name's Jay.
I'm Justin.
Robert.
Alright, let's do this again. So this show for here on is going to be exclusively Jacksonville, Duval oriented, which it pretty much was anyways. But we've taken the Netflix and Newdecker. It's going to be spun off the Boulder side of nonsense. So with that being said, let's get right into it. TIAA, keeping Everbank headquarters down in Jacksonville. What do y'all think?
I think it's good. People are going to keep their jobs. That's what a lot of people are worried about.
Yep, that was the worry.
The first big part of the story is that people are going to be able to stick around in Jacksonville. They're going to get to keep their jobs in Jacksonville. The other part that they haven't really given details on yet is TIAA's banking arm has its headquarters currently in St. Louis.
Right.
And so a lot of those people will probably be heading this way. Whenever you have two companies merged together, some people are going to be let go. Ultimately, I think this just means you're going to have a lot more people downtown in Jacksonville. It's going to bring more jobs.
I still wonder what they're going to name the stadium whenever that contract runs out.
The Cref. I think that they probably keep the Everbank name. Because TIAA does a lot of stuff. JP Morgan Chase, like the banking side, it's Chase.
Right.
And Everbank's got a good reputation. Everbank's got a catchier name. Think about how fun it was to say TIAA a couple seconds ago. You kind of have to slow down.
That in the bank.
Yeah. I try to picture trying to do my calls and stuff. That sounds terrible.
Imagine that coming across the big screens. TIAA.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Sound effects for you.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And I can imagine other people will have the same feelings when they're trying to say it.
So we got some people moving into downtown. We got some people moving out of downtown. There's good and bad.
A lot of good things. This, like you said, it's a St. Louis-based subsidiary. So I think this has the potential to be really good. Obviously, with the TIAA streamline of influence and cash, this is going to be really good for us.
And part of it, you kind of knew that they had a lot of incentive to keep it in Jacksonville because they'd have to give back money to the city.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty locked down where they are. So that works out in our favor.
Yeah, for sure.
Check back in 2021 when the Jaguars move and so does Everbank. It's like Mad Max, but with, like a beach.
And without Tina Turner.
That's scary to think about right now. Anyways, they agreed to buy him back in August for $2.5 billion. Ooh, that was steep.
That's Everbank's like a couple $1 billion company. This one's like an $800 billion company.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much nothing to them, I guess.
No, that was cheddar.
Yeah. Wins for everybody.
Yeah, I can't complain. I think this will be great for all parties around. Seizing the people who may affect in St. Louis.
So that's good news.
Yeah, there's good news. But usually, there's good news always followed by bad news in some cases. So with that being said, CSX has announced that they will be laying off 1,000 management positions.
You know what's kind of weird about this one? About a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, CSX was talking to the people that own the Bank of America building because they were looking to move 500 people downtown. And now they're letting go 1,000. So I don't think that's happening now.
Yeah, it's all in management positions, which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, that's a dramatic swing.
Middle management, I believe, is what.
Yeah, mid-management. Yes.
You think it would be the labor, then they'd move up, but they're just like, nope.
They're looking to get basically that extra thick spot where there's a little layover. There's a little fluff, should I say.
No, $175 million is a pretty good fluff.
Well, they are looking. I mean, they're looking like they're gonna probably be taken over. Merged is probably the nicer.
And that's what I asked Art about, but Art says he doesn't think so.
Because there's not a lot of moves in the railroad business, but when they do happen, they're really, really big moves.
Well, why would that happen though with coal?
Yeah, coal's making a comeback right now.
Yeah.
Being in the rail industry, things are
there's
starting to kick up.
a very coal-happy president right now.
Which Can't complain about right now. Making my check go thicker.
Combination of that and cutting the EPA by 70%, that should work out pretty smooth.
We're going back to 1972.
Yeah. Go plant a tree outside.
But with that being said, Canadian officials from Canadian Pacific Railway, that's their new CEO, that's coming in. Mantle Ridge is a hedge fund that's coming into CSX.
Don't they have like an investor that's been trying to like push for a merger for a long time?
Yes.
So they got one of those dudes.
So it'll be interesting to see the direction that takes.
I'd like to see it working out for Jacksonville's benefit when the dust settles, but that's one that I don't see working out for us.
No, I'm not really sure, because right now they currently employ 36,000 people.
Yeah, the only way I see it working out is if CSX stays
Here.
CSX.
Yeah.
And is headquartered in Jacksonville.
From what I have heard about the downtown relocation piece, basically they want to consolidate. Basically they would get rid of their building, South Point, and relocate everything to downtown, because it would be more the epicenter.
Yeah, and at the time, that was, well, they were out of space in their own building.
Right.
That's when there were negotiations to fill up some of the empty space in the other towers, and they don't got to do that now.
No, they'll be good on space.
Yeah. Those lower level guys are going to have some sweet offices. So
Yeah.
good for
People are moving on up, fortunately.
Yeah. Pray for your rich friends.
Get some nice severance packages. Go on vacations. Maybe you can go with them. The stay downtown. There's another investment going on, which we kind of already knew. The Molosky group of companies, which purchased the Barnett Bank from Stash Industries for $4 million.
Wow.
They got some incentives from the city council about
DIA, you have some investments.
Yeah, the big money investment stuff is all contingent money.
Yeah.
Like the really big incentive stuff, it's all contingent. They don't get any of it if they don't actually finish the building and get it leased out.
Well, they approved $5.8 million in public incentives for a $90 million project that would nearly 320,000 square foot of vacant space being restored.
Yeah, and the important part is that it's not the size; it's what buildings that they're saving. That's the
right.
That's the moral of the whole story. That's the best part. I was just down there the other day, and the building right before it, on the trio, right near where the trio is across the street, they just did a whole bunch of work to that building. It looks spectacular, and just like picture that block down the road. Won't be so sad. You might actually want to take people downtown. It won't be such a bummer.
That would be nice. You get a lot more energy and everything going downtown.
Yeah. Just don't take them to the landing.
Damn sure don't take anyone to the landing. That's depressing to think about. City Council President Lori Boyer said on the 1st that after the DIA approved a portion of the incentive package, she hoped to see an economic development agreement in March. So here we are. We're looking to see some more on what's going on. Obviously, it's something to stay tuned on. Well, there's smoke, there's fire. There's obviously something going on.
Yeah, very true.
There's a building that was downtown that was just purchased from a New York-based company for $3.6 million from a New York investor.
Okay, what are they planning on doing with the building?
The president of the Realty Group basically said where the location is and everything, because TD Bank basically financed the transaction. They're saying the ideal space for it, because it's right there next to Calford's Chop House, would be another restaurant, because currently it's set up for office space.
The one across the street?
Corner. It's right across at Bay and Laura, I believe. Yeah, it's right there in the corner. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual address, but it will face the Chop House.
So yeah, that would be across the street then, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Across Bay Street.
I believe it was a former lawyering office. I believe so.
But the space currently is configured to an office, but ideally, she said it could be a restaurant and more dining and entertainment to basically go on the rest of the elbow.
That'd be interesting. That's a lot of work to get done to convert that, though.
Yeah, but with everything going on down there right now in the nightlife, this would be ideal.
That is true.
A lot of hope for the future, as usual for downtown. There's hope for what could become. Of course, they shoot some of that in the foot. I went down to see a show at Florida Theater and walked past a still empty Borough bar. So
Yeah.
Good thing that they ran a successful business out of town.
Yeah.
That worked out really smooth. There's potential that once the Chop House opens, all those places right on Bay Street, once the construction's done, you'll have a lot more foot traffic. You'll have a Bold City over there.
Oh yeah, that new Bold City
So there's
spot downtown is opening or has opened.
potential, hope.
What's the thing? Town has started to catch fire.
And I
It's
can't remember-
obvious.
Speaking of fires, the building you're talking about, I can't remember the name of it. If it's the one I'm thinking of,
Right.
it's like one of the oldest buildings
Oh yeah,
standing downtown.
it's definitely one of the oldest.
It may be the first thing that was built
After the fire.
It's one of them. Yeah.
And in fact, I think it was. It was called the Herxmer Building. Herxmer.
Beautiful name. Rolls right off the tongue.
It does, doesn't it?
But it is a really sweet
But it was
building.
built in 1902.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, for a lot of towns, that's not old. That's old for Jacksonville, because
Yes.
the whole thing burned down in 1901.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, the trio.
It was designed by H.W. Hawkins.
Thanks, buddy. Good job,
Did
Hawkins.
a pretty good job. Way back when.
Pretty damn sweet looking.
Building. Way back when. Well, with that, went down to Artwalk last night. We got some great video for the Boldcasters. You can check it out on the website. It's going to be on the Boldcastify Facebook. Met some good people. We're firing up for Boldcastify Small Business Saturday. So that will be starting not this Saturday, but so we're going to have, I believe, 8 consecutive weeks of it. Small businesses coming on, doing their shows, exposure, getting to know what they do, what the product they sell, getting in depth and the business themselves. And it's all Jacksonville oriented.
I like it.
That will be coming next week. I do like the way the Artwalk
Gastrofest.
was. This is also the first month of the new layout because the Hyperion Plaza has not even been used. There's new regulations that they laid down and everything's been moved to the street.
Well, it kind of was out of the way last time I was there. I didn't really care to walk around the whole park just to see a couple of different little things.
Really?
I feel like the park's a really good location for
Yeah, it's an ideal
events.
spot.
I mean, that's really good. What?
Gastrofest.
Be in Hyperion Plaza, but
They lost all their funding.
Right.
They don't have any people working there anymore.
no.
So I think that was like the major hang up.
But I still don't see why you can't actually hold the events there.
Because you gotta have people there to control traffic and stuff.
You rent the space to
But you still
people
have the cops.
and they
Cops
use
are
it.
everywhere.
Yeah, you rent the space to people and then they worry about that stuff.
Yeah. You don't need like an affiliated group just to manage the thing. Hours.
Maybe you do if our city just really can't handle it.
I guess. I mean, perhaps that's the whole issue. They had everything spread out. It was popping pretty good down there last night. A lot of live music, a lot of different scenery, artists, little knickknacks. Really nice show of businesses. Food trucks were out in display. You had, I want to say, 6 or 7 food trucks.
Wow.
Really good showing. Not a lot of beer I could see.
That's depressing.
That's pretty much the difference between, you know, people were raving about One Spark. We have like a tiny One Spark that happens all the time.
Right.
That's what Artwalk pretty much is. It's you cut down on the beer and shrink it down and bam.
Essentially. But something else I noticed, a lot more of the Elbow District restaurants, or just the downtown restaurants, are getting involved.
Just smart.
From Descados to Spliffs, all those are getting involved now. They're doing like discount specials and all that good jazz.
Gets more people out, more money in their pockets.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I thought that was pretty cool. With that, does Jason talk about his new show coming up soon?
Oh yeah, guys. Dates with Jay is about to start up, second season. We're gonna do some old classics with some new local spots. I'm gonna try to keep it, chainless, supposedly, as best I can.
Supposedly.
Yeah. We're gonna branch out a little bit more. This season we're gonna hit up a brewery at least once a month and just comment and pretend like we know what we're talking about.
That's mostly what we do. Try to figure it out.
Yeah, just play it by ear. So I'm really excited for it, because we got a booming brewery scene. So we're gonna try to do it alternating weeks until the football season, and then we're gonna go through there. Looking forward to it. It's gonna get us out in the scene.
Yes.
I hear Hyperion Brewing's opening. I just saw opening soon on their website, and they got the whole front of it is black, so it's gonna be very noticeable.
So metal.
Yeah, so metal.
That's
and
and some
Bottlenose.
are going to be audio and some are going to be video. So
Yes,
look at it for that case.
Good excuse to hit up some of the breweries I haven't been to in a while.
I hear Bottlenose, they just got their tanks in yesterday. So
Wicked Barley?
Wicked Barley, we've never even been. I don't know if any of us have been here. Have you been there since
Yeah,
they
I've been
started?
to, they got their own tanks.
Since they
Pretty
got
good stuff.
okay, so
German stuff.
yeah,
Which is
I like
weirdly-
German beer.
weirdly
Food's
big
still not
around
good.
here.
but that's what this specific of Goodies with Jay is going to be about beer and the styles of beer that we all like. I'm a bitters kind of guy. You're a stout kind of guy. You like IPAs sometimes. Newdecker, he drinks all.
I like IPA sometimes.
I like my stouts, my ales, my sours.
Yeah. So I mean, we're just gonna branch out and showcase what Duval and the surrounding areas has to offer.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
We've got a lot. It's growing scenery.
Good eats, good drinks.
Yeah. Good eats, good drinks with Jay.
There you go. I like it. Well, you just talked a little bit about the new tap room, right?
Yeah. Bottlenose. It's gonna. We can elaborate a little bit more because I now know a little bit more. It is gonna be in or next door of the movie theater out there.
Oh, Tinsel Town?
Yep.
Okay.
The one owned by the Taps guy, right? I'm pretty sure this thing is owned by the Taps people.
But this was owner of Green Room.
Yeah.
Oh, Green Room.
Yeah.
They have bought the next door so they can have an expanded food prepared section, which I'm kind of intrigued because I feel like the food definitely helps sell the beer, and I wonder how that's going to affect, like you said earlier, with Wicked Barley. The food I'm not going to lie, I did like the hot dog or the sausage dog that I had there at Wicked Barley, but it's hard to really screw up a hot dog, right?
No, you can.
You can do it. But
Yeah, you could overburn it.
If you're making it from scratch, there's a lot of ways to screw it up.
Oh, I didn't even know they were doing that.
Oh yeah, they're making everything from scratch there. From the 3 times I'm in there, 2-3 times. I'm not really impressed with the food. That's just a personal take.
What I'm saying is
Maybe.
just to be able to have the ability to have a big enough kitchen to be able to produce good food. I think that's what kind of killed the former
World of Beer.
World of Beer. But the fact that their food was subpar.
Yeah, well, it was very generic.
I think that they were just a really good concept like 10 years ago, and people have taken their concept and made better versions of it. I think that's what happened to World of Beer.
And
Yeah.
and another thing, like you have like Just Brews, you have really good beer stop now where you can just go fill up your growlers and chill and grab a beer. And we have them in San Marco now. We have them over in Riverside where you can literally go and fill up your beer. Heck, I went to the new ABC Liquor just last week. You can literally buy your wine by the growler now.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Soccer moms are loving that.
Taste before you buy.
Soccer dads are loving that.
Which I think that's brilliant. I don't know why they never did this before.
I feel like it should be in a wineskin.
I don't know about wineskins.
I feel like I should be carrying around a sack full of wine, not a jug full of wine.
This
But
isn't the medieval times.
So, yeah, we've got cans, but we're still doing growlers. If
But-
you want to go that route, give me a wineskin. Yeah, I'm trying to be elegant.
there are a lot of things coming up and other people around need to know about.
I like it. We definitely do. Need to get it out there. Bottlenose, smaller volume. They're going to be a 3-barrel system right now.
Okay.
They will be open in a few months. They're going to be focused on 50 taps. Couple brews around the area, all that good jazz. They said they will have burgers, sandwiches, flatbreads, vegetarian options. So it's going to be a pretty good mix. So I'm pretty pumped. And of course, they're taking it in a good spot where there's a gap missing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even think the closest brewer, probably Artwalk.
Well, you have veterans.
Veterans.
Veterans,
Yeah,
probably the closest one.
Veterans.
Yeah.
But Veterans is so out of the way, too.
That's another one we haven't been to in a while.
So we're going to hit them up all.
A lot, like I said, a lot of our transitioning will be doing more video when we're on the road, so you can actually see what we're doing here a little bit. New grocery system being launched in Jacksonville.
It is very similar to those little green guys that you see rolling around Publix's whenever you're shopping. You're like, what is that little?
What was that, shopped or whatever?
Shopped.
Shipped.
Yeah, it has like a little. I don't even know the logo on it.
I don't know. I have no clue. Well, this service is called Instacart.
And they are stepping up their game because I think right now Shipt is only allowed to shop. You're only allowed to shop at Publix and ABC, I believe.
They're not bad options, I'll be honest.
That covers a lot of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That covers a good portion. Well, this new convenient way of shopping will start today as we're recording on March 2nd. So they launched today.
And they are able to go to quite a few more places.
Yes, they will be going to ABC, Publix, Whole Foods, Costco, and Petco will be starting immediately.
So even dogs can use it.
Yes. Puppies will get up there, hit the little button, and little paw print.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
It would be cute.
And inclusive. I applaud.
Very
them for that.
inclusive.
Yes.
So if your social anxiety is to a level that you can't leave the house anymore, you don't have to.
Nope.
Problem solved.
You're pretty solid. That's a good list.
Celebrate with some doorstep delivery.
Wasn't there one where you could order liquor from just particular liquor? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Uber was dabbling in delivery service, and you could do that kind of thing with Uber.
Yeah, but it's
in some cities.
There is like Uber Eats or something, or Uber Delivery or something going on.
It's kind of cool.
The Instacart Express offers unlimited same-day 1-hour deliveries for $99 a year or $14.99 a month, and a 14-day free trial. So check it out, people. The delivery area will cover all residents living in the San Augustine, Ponte Vedra, Neptune Beach, Orange Park, St. John's, and more. So basically the greater Jacksonville area.
And more. I wonder if that means Baker County.
Ooh.
What if I live in McClenny, but I need prime steaks
From Whole Foods.
From
Whole
Fresh
Food.
Market?
Oh, fresh.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a surcharge right
I don't know
there.
if Whole Foods even has the prime steaks. So I'm going to need you to go to Fresh Market.
Ooh.
And I prefer you go to the Julington Creek one. Can you do it? Is that a thing? Is that an option?
Oh, maybe I'll have to slide a little extra cash or something.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I'm already paying 100, so
That's $100 for a year.
I'm just a humble farmer in McClenny, and I just need my prime steaks for dinner tonight.
Sorry.
Within the hour.
Within the hour.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you ain't eating, especially if you're getting something from San Jose. Good luck on that one.
It's Julian Creek. It is way back.
But, well, talking about new happenings, and there's a new restaurant coming around. I believe we've said this on last season Boldcasters for like the last 3-4 weeks going into it. But a new chain restaurant coming to Murray Hill.
Yeah. It's a similar story because that whole strip is just blowing up.
It is. It's kicking off.
Yeah. It really truly is. I can't wait to see pictures. I'm hoping and praying that you post some pictures tonight.
We're going to put some concept pictures because there are no actual pictures out.
I can't wait till Jason gets off his duff and finally gets his house in Murray Hill. And then we can just walk on down.
When one of us has a house over there,
I know, right?
we're going to be having joint shows or flopping back and forth.
Because health-wise, it's like one step forward, one step backwards because you're walking more, but there's a Maple Street Biscuit Company on your block, so...
Yeah, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. So you end up just driving.
And Moon River right across the street, which I love Moon River.
Those are carbs all
Never
over.
been.
You never been to Moon River ever?
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
you have.
don't worry, it's a chain.
There's
Don't
two
let
of
Robert,
them.
don't let
It's a
Robert
chain.
lie. He's been there because I took him there when we were kids. So
Oh, okay.
He's a
I was drunk, so it doesn't count.
He's a fundamentalist when it comes to chains.
Larry Reeks, who founded the company, and if you don't know what company I'm talking about, it's Larry's Giant Subs. He and his brother are putting in for a 3,500 square foot restaurant, which will feature a wood fire stove pizza oven.
I like it.
So it definitely isn't. I mean, we've all been to a Larry's. That's not a normal
No,
Larry's.
that's not a Larry's thing.
I first heard, I was like, oh, okay, no big deal.
Right. But then you read the details, it's like, what? With a full working bar with local craft beers on top, grilled Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and Wisconsin cheese curds.
I love cheese curds, so they got me.
Cheese curds are bomb.
Unless you're a vegan, you love cheese curds.
Yeah.
Because they're delicious.
You're American and you love cheese curds.
Even if you're lactose intolerant, you probably make room for them.
Yeah, you try.
And you just fart it out.
You just fart it on out.
Yeah, you do something. You
Fart
like
your
red.
way through the joy.
Of one cheese curd and one after the other.
Maybe they can finally get the Cuban right because I love Larry's, but I don't think they even have an option for you to press your Cuban.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Yeah, that's crucial.
It's key. It's very important. You got to make sure it's pressed on the right bread.
The never-ending quest to find a great Cuban in Jacksonville.
What a plata.
They don't even put pickles on it, I don't think.
Yeah, they do.
It was either no pickles or no mustard. Either way, it was not exactly bad
Proper.
1,000.
Mm.
It was good
Yeah.
because Puerto Plata's quality, but it's not Cuban.
Well, it's not Cuban.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you never know. We'll make it more. It's coming soon. That's coming next week. But he also said the restaurant will seat 125 people, including the patio, and would hire more than 50 people.
Well, there's something about like a full bar or something.
Yep.
That's definitely not your normal Larry's.
No.
I think the one out.
Is that a full bar with local craft beer on top?
I think the one out there at Tinseltown has a full bar.
It's got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's definitely
huge.
not a regular.
That was up
Larry's.
until 3.
What?
Yeah,
3?
it's like the only thing over there up until 3, but it is.
Oh, that's impressive.
So if
3.
you need quality food late and you're on the south side, that's your
Yes,
spot.
swing into a Larry's.
Went into a Larry's.
Yeah,
Larry's
Can't miss
giant
it.
subs.
Can't miss it because it's got a huge.
giant King Kong thing.
I
on
know.
it. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's really their logo anymore. To be honest, might be.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that the one across the street from Tinseltown?
Yes.
Yep.
Looks like a castle.
Yep.
I
Yes.
haven't been there in years.
Pretty rad.
It's a lot going on, right?
There's always something going on.
The only thing it's missing is a robot band comprised of giant apes.
Dude, I'm liking where this is going.
I know,
It
right?
reminds me of Showbiz Pizza so much.
Yes, that's what
That's
I
my
was.
pitch. If you're gonna do,
Another
like-
pizza place.
yeah, if you want to go like full on hipster brew pub, like make your own beer, and have Rockafire Explosion, which was the band from Showbiz Pizza.
And just have them play more modern music. I got it. I
Like
love
Love
it.
in This Club by Usher.
Yeah.
I'll show you the video later. Somebody literally did this.
I
They
can't,
synced
I
up
just
the
can't.
Rockafire Explosion to Love in This Club by Usher.
really.
It's definitely worth your time.
All right, we may have to
That
post that on the
sounds
Boldcasters Facebook
amazing.
page.
And Nine Inch Nails.
I like it.
There you go.
There
Easy
you go.
sell.
Now you just sold them.
Give me some Slayer raining blood and I'll be good.
Folks, if you don't know, Rob's a peculiar kind of fellow. And since he is a peculiar kind of fellow, we're going to slide on over to a little news of the weird.
Ooh, speaking of segues, that was a good one.
Really was. It's not Jacksonville related.
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do a little something out
We
of it.
got a guy from, I believe, Toledo, Ohio. He liked to dress up in like a business suit. He was in a PacSun, saw a teenage girl trying on shoes, complimented her on her shoes, and decided to kneel down on one knee and start sucking her toes.
Huh.
Bold move. Did it pay off?
He got up, kissed her on her cheek, and said, "I'll see you later." And they busted him, and he's in jail over it. But that is some creepy mess.
What did the girl do?
She was frozen in fear, did not know how to react. So the
Nice.
guy sucked on her toes for several minutes, apparently.
Oh,
And she just sat there and took it because she did not know what to do.
And no PacSun employee did anything.
I don't think they get paid enough to do anything.
no. Probably
Or
not.
call the cops.
I'll be honest, I didn't realize PacSun was still a thing until he just mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, have you not seen Married with Children? You don't remember Al Bundy? I mean, they don't get paid nothing to do anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, they at least could call the
I'm
cops.
trying to
They
picture
did.
Al Bundy working in PacSun, and it's just not making sense for me.
I would go to that pack.
I would, yeah. 100%. I would be there in a heartbeat. They did like a reboot. That would be where Bud would be working at.
It probably would. Either that or Buckle.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I mean, this is that guy. I mean, he went into PacSun, and I don't think it was his first time. It looks like he's had several different charges that are similar to this. So he dresses up nice and he sucks on women's toes. It's not his first charge.
What possesses someone to go off into this little tangent to just, hey, that's a pretty looking toe.
What if they just put fast action tenactin on their feet? I mean, that's not going to be a taste that you want in your mouth.
No.
Right?
Or what happens? What happens if they got like the
Foot fungus?
Yeah, the foot fungus.
I hope you like mushrooms in your mouth. I don't know what to say.
Aren't you committed when you got the first toe in?
I imagine you would be.
Yeah, you can't back out and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was something else.
I'm sorry. I thought this was Cuban.
Well, pickled feet, right?
Yeah.
Now, he was also banned from the mall.
Imagine that.
You think?
Best for him, because there's a lot of security cameras in the mall.
I don't think he knew that going in.
How?
Because he sucked on a teenager's foot. I mean...
Teenager's foot.
I don't think that shows a
does
lack
not say her age, but the teenager's foot.
I don't think that that's showing a lack of knowledge of security cameras.
I think it's sort of like a stupidity in
It's
general.
just a lack of, like, giving an F about anything in general.
Yeah.
That is the boldest move I can think of.
Yeah, if you're going in to suck on a teenager's toe, you don't really care about it.
Well, I just...
You're in a different point of life.
That is a level of YOLO.
Yes.
Apparently, he did it. The two other women worked at the mall and came forward, but they never said anything before. So he's done it twice before to people that work in the mall, and they didn't say anything.
Just paralyzed by fear from toe sucking.
He must be a hell of a sucker.
I feel like I'd back my foot off and I'd be out of there, but...
It's just heel to nose. It's literally all you do. This kid's dead in the face.
He must rock the world.
I'm trying to figure that one out too. Like, if any dude ever tries to suck my toes, or even a female ever tries to suck my damn toes, I probably I don't want to kiss your mouth.
Like, if you're cornered somewhere, I get that, but this is middle of a store?
Yeah, he took their shoes off, started massaging their feet. A third woman said he tried to grab her foot, but she got away. The other people just didn't care to, I guess, say anything because they pulled away quick enough where he ran off, I guess, where the teenage girl just sat there and took it.
That's a lid other problems for that teenage girl. She's taking it.
Probably won't be the first time she does it.
No.
But that's a hasty generalization, guys.
Yeah, fellas.
Just saying.
Get it back on track.
Well, that's a prelude to the up show called the Older
Play
Side
the
of
Victim.
Nonsense, which will be airing bi-weekly. It'll basically be a generalization of what you get on Boldcasters and some of the other shows. But it will be unfiltered, uncensored, and unscripted.
And a little crazy.
Getting a little wild. We're going to have a few guest hosts, a few people making guest appearances. Not really sure where it's going to go.
Hopefully CJ with my growler.
A lot of late night action. Oh, season 2 of the Boldcasters. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud. And check out the website since it's been touched up a little bit. Ciao.